If your agency doesn't look real, no one will trust your AI, period. I've seen many founders spend thousands of bucks on tech and development, but yet no sales, no deals, no appointment close, and none of that. And that's only because their setup felt amateur. So in this video, I'll show you how to get instant credibility for your brand and your setup. And after that, you'll find out that you will get clients to say yes before you even pitch your product. So I've set up this video into actually 7 different sections that you will find out here. So this video is basically about setting up your voice AI agency, and starting at step 1, you'll see how the foundation is built. You have to treat it like a real business. At section 2 and 3, you'll find out how to set up your branding and domain setup, and also adding your business email setup. At section 4, you will find out how to get into niche selection. On section 5, you'll find out the importance of contracts and legals, so you know how to deal with them. And at last, you'll know how to connect everything and set up your first CloserX AI agency. And at last, I'm going to show you the key takeaways of this video so you have it on a summarized way, fast and ready for you to consume the whole thing. So without wasting any time, let's get into the video. What's good, everybody? Ash here from CloserX. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to set up your AI agency in the right way so you get more clients and actually do more sales. So without wasting any time, let's dive into the 7 different sections of this video that I have divided for you without wasting any more time. So here I've prepared a really cool looking basically flowchart, or whatever you call it, diagram for you, so you can consume the whole thing in an easier way. And after that, I'm going to share you actually, like other videos, I'm going to share you a document, which let me bring it up for you here, which lets you understand basically the whole thing and digest the whole information into one PDF document after this. So after watching the whole video, make sure to basically go to the descriptions and look for the link of this document attached to the video, so you'll have it yourself and you can basically consume some extra pieces of information. So let's waste no more time. So starting from the step 1, the foundation of your AI agency. So basically, setting up your AI agency is going to be a hard thing if you don't have a brand or a trusted figure on your basically agency. So we have simplified that into some different steps. So basically, you're going to need a professional domain. A professional domain and website are essential for credibility. You're going to need a custom email. Actually, let me just grab a pen. So you're going to need a custom email, and you're going to use a custom email address instead of a generic Gmail or something like that. And after that, you're going to need a brand identity. You have to establish a clear brand identity with a logo, color, and tagline, something that a legit brand has always. And at last, you're going to need legal documents and a simple funnel so you can close more deals with less hassle for the clients. Now let's get into the more details. So basically, what I mean by foundation is that you have to treat it like a real business. So what do you treat a real business like? You need a couple of checklists for that. So basically, the professional domain and website, which is obvious, you know how to do it. You're just going to hop on GoDaddy or Namecheap and get yourself a really relatable name for your business domain, for your website and landing page and all of that. And then moving forward, we're going to need a simple funnel or landing page to capture your leads. So how's that going to be? You're going to need branding and domain setup. So step 1, you're going to choose the name, and the name has to reflect automation and intelligence, or basically what your business is doing. And the next thing is that you have to make sure that your domain is .com or .ai. And that's the most important thing, because if you are offering AI services, then even not even .com, .ai is going to be the best suitable domain for your website. So at last, you're going to need social handles match and easy to spell and say. So basically, what that means is the naming and the way your branding has been set up. So for the setup, basically, you're going to need to select a simple, memorable name that reflects automation and intelligence. This is step 1. And at step 2, you're going to secure a .com domain or .ai mostly. And at last, you're going to establish a basic website with essential sections for branding and engagement. So let's move on to the next part, which I have basically pointed at it here, the branding and domain setup in details. So Step 3, you're gonna know how to set up and host your website. So basically the whole website structure is gonna be like a hero section with the niche benefits, because you're actually, let me jump in forward on this diagram. Here I have mentioned the best ways to do your niche selection. So what I mean by the hero section with niche benefit is you have to first select your niche, and then you have to basically make the benefits for that specific niche bolder than the everything, basically, because that's why it's called the hero section. So at last, you're gonna need to mention how it works in 3 steps, no more or less than that. And then you have to show the result metrics, and after that, obviously, at the end of your website or landing page structure, you're gonna need a simple CTA, aka or call to action. So jumping into more details for how to set up your website and start hosting your own website, you can obviously use Go High Level, Framer, or Webflow, Wix, or whatever website builder that you think of right now. So after that, you're gonna need the business email setup. So step 1, you're gonna set up a custom domain email using Google Workspace or Zoho Mail. So that's those are the top 2 platforms that you can set up for basically custom email. So let me actually write that down. All right, so yeah, at step 2, you're gonna create multiple inboxes for your future scaling. You're gonna, for example, divide it into 3 different sections for your business. So one part would be sales, one would be the support team, and one would be the billing team or legal team, whatever you can call it yourself. So that would be also the structure of how to set up your business inboxes, and why it matters to basically set up a custom domain email. It's really important because it's gonna result in you're gonna bring higher response rates with your business email. And now let's move on to the most important part of your AI agency. It's gonna be the niche selection. So what I mean by the niche selections, there are gonna be 3 different filters for choosing the right niche. So I've mentioned them here in this really simple looking funnel. So the niche selection funnel has to look like this. First of all, the business has to rely on phone calls or high traffic phone calls. So it could be like a call center, or maybe just let's say a business is doing outbound calls, cold calls, or anything like that. So the I'm sorry for that. The summarized thing is to basically have a business that heavily relies on phone calls, as said right here. So the next thing is that the monetary ROI from bookings. You have to select niches that sees clear financial returns from bookings. You have to select niches that see clear financial returns from bookings. And also at last, the last thing that you have to look for inside of those businesses or niches that you want to target is the automation or leads payment. Niche is accustomed to paying for automation or leads. So that's basically the whole thing. And now let me actually show you some of the niches that you can actually rely on. Also, one of the additional tips that you have to basically rely on is that if your niche is validated, also ask them this question if they are doing Facebook ads, Google ads, or any kind of funnel that brings inbound traffic for them. And if that's a yes, then you have to go for that client for sure. That's going to be one of the best suits for your basically AI agency. So among the top niches of setting up voice AI, I've brought them for some of the most important ones to you right here. So basically one of them are going to be med spas, clinics. I'm sorry for that. Just a little bit cold weather today. So basically starting off again, med spas, clinics, chiropractors, dentists, or anything into the medical agency or actually a medical industry. So why that niche? Actually why these niches? Because they're heavily rely on appointment scheduling, and most of them have high ticket services. So those are going to be the top niches. Next thing, we have real estate agencies or brokers. Why is that? Because they heavily rely on lead qualification and scheduling appointments, or actually just viewing the real estate properties and stuff like that, which are again appointment schedule based. So the home services are going to be the next thing that is a good niche. So basically they rely on job bookings, and also they heavily rely on missed call handlings. So the next thing that you have right here is education, coaching, and trainings. So those high ticket consultants, coaches, or trainers, they're gonna need lead follow-up, and also they're gonna need call enrollment. So, and last, we have the gym, fitness studios and salons that also rely on appointment booking, and they are subscription and renewal based. So these are going to be the top niches that we, or actually I personally suggest for your AI business. Moving to the next part, we're gonna explain the contracts and legal. So basically, you're gonna use standard service agreements like scope, terms, payments, and everything like that in your legal document. And then after that, you're gonna send contracts via professional CRMs, for example, CloserX's dashboard or Go High Level, which we are fully obviously integratable with. And at last, we have to include call compliance opt-in line in the AI script, because when your AI is doing cold calls or anything like that, you have to make sure to cover the legal part, because obviously in most cases we have regulations and legal basically stuff against cold calls, even worse with AI. So you have to mention those before doing your cold calls, so your AI is basically gonna do the opt-in line for your cold call. Moving on to the next part, we have the connecting setup with CloserX. So at this part, I'm gonna walk you through the CloserX's dashboard itself, show you a quick walk around how it works, and actually let's move on to the this part. So actually, before getting to the website itself, I'm gonna tell you what it works, how it works. You have to add your logo and colors, the domain. You have to create a client sub account, and also you have to deploy AI agents trained on a specific script. And at last, you have to manage all the accounts from one dashboard. So actually, before getting to the key takeaways, let me walk you through how this works. So this is basically going to be the dashboard for your CloserX dashboard, or whatever you call the account. So you have to come here to the agency part, and in the agency section, you can see the white label setup. So you have to set up your domain from here. Then you have to go to your domain provider, set up an A record, add the value here, set up the TTL, and also mention that the host is an A record inside of your domain or host provider. Actually, domain provider, not the host. And also make sure to walk into details of how to correctly set up your domain, unless it's not going to get connected to our white label option. And after that, after you click save and click verify domain here, it's going to obviously check the DNS records, the email server, and the domain IP, so you make sure that your domain is set up correctly. After that, you can obviously drop your business information, the legal name, your email, and also your address. And now you can also submit your email configuration, which is going to be, for example, the emails that your clients are going to receive after creating an account. And after that, you're going to create your payment method. Obviously, you can create a Stripe account or a PayPal account and connect it to our platform. And here you can also set up the pricing modules for your own product, for your own white label product with higher profit margins. And basically, that's going to be the whole thing. And also here, if you scroll down, you can see the custom login page. The dark neon, for example, is a cool looking one. The nature, the geometric one, the gradient one, they all look cool. You can also request a custom one for yourself if you want. And also you can pay an additional $30 per month for 5 theme bundles. And moving up to the next part, we have the theme setting, which you can obviously customize the colors, the custom colors. And also at last, you have your brand assets, your favicon, and also your logo, which you have to upload here. And it's going to show up here. And also here, I believe it's going to show up. So that's about it. And now moving to the last part, the key takeaways of how you're going to set up your AI agency. So a professional setup is instant credibility. So keep in mind, if you want instant credibility and want your clients to say yes before you even get them the pitch, you have to create a professional setup. So what that means, to summarize, it means that you need the perfect branding, you have to need the domain, you have to need basically all white label solutions, which are totally actually completely inside of CloserX. So next one, we have to choose one niche and go deep inside. Don't try to target a vast majority of the market. You have to go niche and go deep. That's the key takeaway, number 2. And also number 3, you have to use contracts from day one. You have to be clear with the scopes. You have to be clear with what you deliver and what the client is gonna expect from you. So that's number 3. And at last, we have every piece connect. Actually, you have to connect every piece to the CloserX's backend. And as you can see, I just showed you how to do it on the website itself. And that's about it, guys. And in the next module, we will compare the top voice AI platforms and see what's good and what's not, and why CloserX gives you the highest control and profit margins for your own AI agency. And like always, it was Ash here, and see you in the next one. Peace out for now.